Yeah, hi.
Hello, John. This is Dick Dermott. I'm here with the hiring committee. Let me introduce them.
Sure.
Seated to my right is Angela Ambertrout. She is a number theorist.
Hello, John.
Hi.
And to her right is Eric Enders. He's a logician. We like to kid him that for a logician he's surprisingly illogical.
Yes, Dick's a kidder, all right. Nice talking to you, John.
Hi.
And finally, last but certainly not least, is Bob Clackety. He was a geometer, but now he's a muckety-muck administrator. Isn't that right, Bob?
Hi, yes, I'm now the Dean of Arts and Sciences, but I check in with these jokers once in a while, just to make sure they haven't destroyed my department.
Well, nice to meet you.
And as you know, John, I'm chair of the department, and my specialty is algebraic geometry. Of course, we're all familiar somewhat with your research, having read through the details of your file, but perhaps you could explain in more detail what you're working on to the committee. We're a diverse bunch, so please speak in monosyllabic words only.
Okay. Well, sure. Well, I'm interested in dihedral submonomorphide voids defined over bilateral Bernoulli shifts, although factorization theories for laterally subcutaneous rungs have existed since the early days of fibroid extensions. It's only in the last few years that lifts to hyperextended lower centralized series have allowed a complete classification of Alexandra polyhedria.
Hey, John.
Yeah?
This is Eric. Sorry to interrupt, but are there any faces here?
Well, yes, the Alexandrov polyhedria have faces.
Can you lift them?
Well, yes, assuming that the fundamental group is locally extendable.
You know what that would be? A facelift. Get it? Oh, God, that's good.
Gets me every time.
That is funny.
Listen, don't mind Eric, John. He's a bit of a joker. Please go on.
Okay, well, as I was saying, it's only in the last few years that lifts to hyperextended lower centralized series have been applied to the idempotent objects in the Alexandra polyhedra.
Angela, didn't you hyperextend your thumb a few years back?
Yes, I did, Bob, actually. Hurt like a bitch. Had to wear a splint for a month.
Hey, John, maybe you should consider a splint for your hyperextended thingamajig. Isn't there a mathematical object called a splint?
Not that I know of.
Well, we can make one up. We can do some joint work on that. Publish a paper.
Okay, well, maybe.
Bob wrote 3 papers with our last junior guy. What's his name? The one that didn't get tenure.
Yeah. The skinny guy who always looked depressed. I can't remember. Started with an S, I think?
It was shoemaker. Or shoestring, or something about shoes. All I care about is that it came after Clackety in the alphabet.
Hey, John, look, I think we've heard enough about your research. Let's talk about your teaching.
Oh, okay.
Now, would you like to teach multivariable calculus?
Oh, sure. I really enjoy that material.
Oops, wrong answer, John. Eric has a lock on that course. Nobody teaches it but him.
Now, Angela, we talked about this. Nobody has a lock on any course.
Of course, I would be happy to let someone else teach the course. The minute you let me teach probability, Dick.
Now, I created that course. That's mine.
But I thought no one had a lock on a course.
It's different if there's only one person competent to teach it.
Just because you go to Las Vegas doesn't make you a probabilist.
Oh, okay, gang. We don't want to give our candidate the wrong impression of our happy family. John, this is Bob again, the muckety-muck administrator. I'm wondering what kind of supplies you need for your research.
You mean computer facilities?
God, no. I mean pens and pencils, paper clips, pads, and such.
I need some of those.
Which ones?
All of them, I think.
Well, of course. If you absolutely need all of them, we could put in a request with the startup committee. But you might want to think about bringing whatever you need from your current institution. They won't miss it. We've got a bit of a budget crunch here.
Bit of a budget crunch. Our department is housed in the basement of the heating plant. We haven't had a raise since South America shared a tectonic plate with Africa. The average class size has just passed the centennial mark. Yes, we do have a bit of a budget crunch.
Angela, we are on a Zoom interview here. John, let's get back to talking about your teaching. According to your file, you have been quite successful in the classroom. Tell me this. What would you do if a student put you in a half Nelson?
What?
You know, a half Nelson, where like he's got you from behind and he takes his arm, hooks it with your right arm and right up behind your back.
I have never thought about it. I hope I never find myself in that position.
Yeah, well, sure, we all hope that. But what would you do?
I would scream for security.
Oops, another wrong answer. Security doesn't have time to come running every time a faculty member finds him or herself in a half Nelson. You simply twist to the right, hooking your right leg through his legs. Then you grab at his belt with your left hand, pull hard, and voila! He's flat on your back with you on top.
I see.
Now, John, exactly how much teaching experience do you have?
I taught recitation sections throughout my graduate career, calculus mostly. Then as a postdoc, I taught my own classes for 2 years.
Of course, the students you get there are quite different from our students.
In what sense?
They look different. They wear different clothes. They're sometimes shorter, sometimes taller than our students.
Yes, but then your students are sometimes taller or shorter than the students here.
Yes, now you seem to be getting it.
No, I don't think I am. How do the individual differences in height impact teaching?
All I'm saying, young man, is that you've not taught our students. You've taught some other students. And the techniques that work on those students may not work on our students.
Okay, you mean like your technique of how to get out of a half Nelson might not work as well here, since the students might be of a different height?
Are you patronizing me?
John, I'm going to change the subject a bit. All right, as you probably know, we're not allowed to ask you about your marital status.
Yes, I am aware of that.
Yes, so the only way we can find out about it is if you just tell us about it without us asking.
Yes.
Yeah, right. So if you want us to be able to tell you about opportunities for a spouse or a partner, you would need to fill us in on the spouse or partner without us asking for you for the information.
I see.
I don't think you do, John. Let's try something else. I'll give you an answer, and you give me the corresponding question, like Jeopardy.
What?
No, don't start yet. Wait until I give you the answer. Okay. The answer is, I am married.
The question is, what is your marital status?
That's right.
Yeah.
Of course, we never asked it. You asked it.
Volunteered information.
Well, look, I don't have a wife or husband. Not that it's any of your business.
Oh, now that is interesting, unsolicited information.
Hey, I like that game. Let's play
Yeah,
more.
all right, okay. All right, John, here is your next answer. 32 students and a duck.
Excuse me?
Is the mic not working? Oh, I said 32 students and a duck.
And I'm supposed to come up with a question that has that as an answer?
Right, go ahead. You've got 15 seconds.
This is crazy. I don't know. What does this have to do with the job?
Time's up. The question was, what's the enrollment in fluid mechanics?
That is funny.
Do not know what to say.
No need to say anything, but answer me this. If you were a Muppet, which Muppet would you be?
You're kidding.
It's not a hard question.
I don't see how this is relevant.
Just say Kermit. Then we'll believe you have leadership potential.
Eric, don't give away the answers.
Doesn't anybody want to talk about my qualifications for, the job?
No need, John. I think we have a good sense of what you have to offer. Do you have any questions for us?
Well, in fact, I have one. Are you actually a pack of Looney Tunes, or do you just put on an amazingly accurate portrayal?
Bob, do you want to feel that one?
My experience is that it is no portrayal. It's as real can be.
There you go.
I think
Honesty.
I am going to hang up now.
No, wait. Don't hang up. I want to make you the job offer.
What?
You know, once in a while, a candidate comes along who impresses us so much, we don't need time to debate. In fact, during this entire conversation, the four of us have been sending signals to each other with a variety of nonverbal cues. Cues that say, hire this guy.
That's right.
We would love to have you here.
I have seen some vigorous gesticulations in support of candidates over the years, but none as vigorous as what I've seen here today in support of you.
Are you kidding?
Hardly. And if you come, we'll teach you the secret hand signals under the table. Eric did a shadow thing with his hands where he reenacted the entire scene of you struggling to escape half Nelson. It was truly hysterical.
Oh, no. It wasn't any better than most of the other hand signals being flashed around here.
I will send along an official letter, and then we can get to the negotiations about the paper clips. Nice to talk to you, John. You take care now.
Bye, John.
So long.
We'll be in touch.
Running away.